Hello Libra, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your November tarot forecast. We're going to take a look at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you some guidance from the universe on how to best use the energies of the months and to benefit your story. At the end, I'm going to pull some cards from the Hermit Tarot deck with messages from your person. And I'm gonna start with an oracle card from Whispers of the Ocean deck, which I simply love because of the artwork and actually also the straightforwardness of the message. They don't really beat around the bush a lot. And this is one of the few decks where I don't really have to use the book. Not really. I can, but I don't have to. Like, it gives you stories about, gives you background why they chose this specific sea life for this specific card, giving you some more background around the topic, but it's still pretty straightforward. With some decks, it's very hard to deduce what they actually want to say. Like, sometimes you just get it from the picture and it's like, okay, got it. But a lot of times you really need the book. So for you, Libra, we've got number 48, disengage from outcomes. This is one of the natural laws where you're supposed, one of the laws of manifestation, where you're supposed to let go of specific expectations. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Yes. So basically, you're opening yourself to the biggest potential that may exist for you in a certain situation when you release expectations. And the divine plan may have something much bigger in mind, much more beautiful, much more successful and happier in mind than what you would have about specific circumstances or relationship, project, whatever it is. It's also important to release burdens and pain consistently, I would say, but it looks like this month is going to be especially important. And we're doing a lot of that release. As I'm actually recording this, we're in the eclipse season. So the last week of October, the first week of November constitute the eclipse season. And this is a perfect time for releasing anything burdensome, painful, whatever is keeping you small or not allowing you to open up to new opportunities, right? Because that means most and foremost, and that's what they mean, and that's what they say in this card, that you're supposed to open your heart, be vulnerable basically to these new opportunities, these new energies. And it's hard to do that when you've been hurt and you're trying to protect yourself from getting hurt again. At least your brain is trying to do that for you. Even if you're not trying, your brain will do that job. Part of the survival mechanism through centuries and millenniums. Okay, let's get into tarot. Let's see what we have for you. Beautiful. So Libra, you have Ace of Pentacles as the first card for your relationship space. You have Knight of Pentacles and King of Cups. You could be dealing either with a water sign or an earth sign, and I'll dive deeper into this in a moment. For your career space, you have Page of Pentacles, the Emperor. This is the Aries energy. You could be dealing with an Aries, and Eight of Swords. Wow. And finally, for the advice, we have Two of Pentacles, the Devil, dealing with a Capricorn, and the Hierophant. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Quite a few major arcanas. Yeah, so it's definitely divine intervention into your story during this month. Certain kind of like big boy energies that will get you outside of your comfort zone. And Aries actually is the opposite energy, which is, sorry, the Emperor, right? The Emperor represents the energy of Aries. That's the opposite energy of Libra in the zodiac cycle. And so that's like the trigger point, right? That's like, you know, something that's going to challenge you big time. Challenge you in decision-making process and taking charge. Because Libra naturally is more about like weighing pros and cons, waiting out till, you know, the problem naturally sorts itself out. It's more about that sort of peacemaking, patient energy. Aries is completely the opposite. It's about, okay, I've decided, I'm going there, I'm doing this. And I don't really care about what others think about it, right? So in the extremes, of course, it like neither of those is a good idea, right? But that's why, you know, like you're being pushed like a pendulum towards different extremes, so that to encourage finding the golden medium, what is really a balanced way, which is what is the healthy way of expressing that range, right? So that you don't get stuck in a certain point and you actually keep going like that, so that you find the harmony. It's very interesting, yeah. So for your relationship, we have Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and King of Cups. So what I'm getting is, and roles can be reversed, so take it how it resonates, that your person, whoever it is, they are quite experienced in terms of understanding what they want from a love relationship, and quite good at expressing themselves in love relationship. And I don't mean they're overly emotional or sentimental. I just mean that they can kind of connect what's happening in them with their emotions and with their logical mind, right? So that what they give you is like a wholesome picture. It's not like they're saying one thing and then you see their emotional reaction is something completely different. Like they're telling you what they believe, blah, 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 I love, all that, and then suddenly they're being childish and immature with emotion. No, this person will not do it like that. Even if they're immature somewhere, they will know why and they will be able to explain. On the other hand, you may feel like this person is still establishing themselves in terms of society, in terms of career, and this may be a bit of a turn-off for you. But what I will say is, this is something that they're playing the long game here, basically. So even if like you may not know it necessarily, but they definitely have some long-term plans, and some of them have some hidden finances, hidden, I don't want to say treasure because it sounds a little bit like from a pirate story. But yeah, they have some additional abundance, possessions, resources that you don't know about. And resources could mean not just money exactly, right? It can be investments in the stock market, it can be maybe some real estate, right? Maybe inheritance that's coming in that's not there yet, but they know that, you know, their, I don't know, rich grandma mentioned them in their will and they're getting a lot of something, right? So there is something additional to that story that you don't know, but they also don't want, being quite mature, they don't want you, it's kind of like they don't want you to like them for their money, for their status, you know. Yeah, so for a few, I'm actually getting that they may not be telling you the whole truth about what is it that they're doing with their life, with their career, what kind of titles they have. There could be some additional storyline there. But yeah, it's just that because they, and they don't have a hidden agenda. It's mostly because they don't want this to be a big deal somehow defining your relationship, right? So this is them trying to be pure and not throw it in your face, maybe because it's been a challenge to you, or maybe because they know that it matters a lot to you and they don't agree that it's as important. So it's almost like they're playing devil's advocate here, where they're trying to show you that it's actually not important. And when you get to the point, the two of you get to the point where you agree that maybe it's not as important, and what you have, what they do is enough, then they will reveal that they actually have a lot more than you thought. It's interesting. They want you to know that they're a real deal. That's what I'm getting. Not with the money, but as a person. Okay, so next we have the career space, where you have a big opportunity to step up in a way and to show yourself, where you will jump from being the Page of Pentacles, which is somebody who's not very confident and still like being an assistant or being in a shadow of somebody else, towards the Emperor, towards the big boss, or somebody next to them. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, like a runner-up, you know, like, or the right hand of the big boss, like the boss, maybe like just next to the big boss. So there is a huge opportunity, but you will need a lot of stamina and enthusiasm to go for it, a lot of bravery. And what Spirit is telling me is that you have all the assets, the knowledge, everything that you need for it, right? But it's about your attitude, that you will be, again, this will be that one of those challenges. You will be challenged. Do you have the guts? Do you have what it takes? Can you be this Emperor? There will be some self-sabotaging thoughts, and yeah, this is swords and the air element of thoughts, and you are an air element. So there will be some, like, not some, there will be a temptation to overthink, to put something off. And like I was saying, you know, like the nature Libra ways, like wait till things sort themselves out naturally. Here you're being asked to take charge, make decisions, and make things happen. That's what's going to show you in a different light towards your colleagues, your bosses, your clients, whatever is relevant. That's what's going to take you on a whole different level in terms of income, in terms of respect from other people, and recognition of your talents. Not that you haven't been talented before, but like I said, it's about changing the attitude. It's another way of saying changing the vibration. As long as you disengage from the outcomes and not think about how you're gonna fail or what other people are gonna think, you know, think through 100 scenarios of how they're gonna play out. Stop overthinking, right? Go with it. Of course, know where you want to go, right? Be mindful of that direction that you're going into, but make things happen. Do not try to have like a dozen of safety nets just in case, you know, like I'm gonna put pillow here and there just in case I'm gonna fall at this point or at this point, so I don't hurt myself. No, it's not gonna work this time. Yeah, and so in the advice we see, like even in this Devil card, you can see the guys actually going right into it, right into the flame, right into the danger. They do not doubt themselves, right? So leave the doubt. Go for it, right? You're supposed to show your leadership qualities. That you are the teacher, you know, you are like the elder, you're the senior person. You know what you want from this life and you're going for it. Even if you have some fears creeping in, remember that it's in your head. And if anything, you're advised to do some work where you go with it. And this card to me is a lot more about inner work than in other cards, right? It's important not just to keep pedaling, but to actually understand through your fears, through your troubles, through the pain of the, like, what was it, the worries, right? Worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness, right? You're supposed to face it now and to work through it constructively in a healthy way. You can also ask for advice if you need it, or ask for someone's help and support if you feel like that's going to be beneficial at this time. Whatever works. And in the future, you'll be able to use it to share this experience with other people and help others in a similar situation. It's an interesting twist. Okay, I'm gonna get a few cards with messages from your person. I just want space. Yes. one want indefinitely. Yeah, they're very much attracted to you, but one of the fears they have is that they're gonna get dissolved in this relationship. They're gonna lose themselves, and they don't want that to happen. So there is a little bit of skittish energy here, but don't worry, it's just something that comes in for them because they feel so much in love, they are so excited about this. That's when it gets scary too, because they have their insecurities and fears just like you do. But the more you work through yours, and if you are in a close relationship, in an intimate relationship, if you have that bond with each other, the more you're going to work through your fears, the more it's going to help them. Because again, energetically, you will be stepping up your game in terms of the vibration and the frequency, and will either encourage the other person to step up towards your level of vibration, or eventually, if they keep resisting it and staying in their low vibe, then you just won't be connected anymore, and you'll part your ways. Anyways, this looks generally like a very positive reading. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. It looks like you'll face some challenging times, Libra, but it's going to skyrocket you towards new quality of life, actually. So I'm happy for you guys, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.